Hello and welcome back everybody, Fallen Pumpkin here. Welcome back to All the Mods 10. We're here on my server. Boy, did I have to do some more changes to not only my server setup, but to my streaming setup. Hopefully today's audio will be a lot better than last time. I've gone ahead and hopefully made it less personal, if you get what I mean with the audio. As well as we had an issue on YouTube. You guys couldn't hear the game or the music. Nothing was working. Hopefully that is fixed now. In terms of our server, guys, all the mods 10. Oh, Tevi Scam coming in 18 months of sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So guys, here on YouTube, you should now be able to hear everything. Hopefully all that came across. But server-wise, we've updated to 2.34. We've done a lot of back-end server changes. If you join the Discord and become part of the server, apply for the whitelist, there is an announcements channel where I go a bit more in depth of the changes I make. But I want to dive in today. Let's get started here. Tevi Scam on Twitch is asking, what are you doing up? Oh man, this is when I'm just getting started. Yeah, only 10 p.m. Yeah, my sleep schedule is still all over the place to this day. I've been having a lot of issues with distant horizons. I'm not sure what's causing it. I get rendering errors. I'm gonna have to look more in the logs, but it somewhat works, and that's good enough for me. Good enough. One thing we still need to change in terms of production quality for this stream is currently my one of my studio lights is right behind the webcam. So if I look at the webcam, it reflects in my eyes. So that's a problem. But we'll get that fixed eventually. I forgot you're 2 hours behind me. Yeah. You're over there in EST, right? Well, I'm going to be listening to some ASMR of your sultry voice as I get ready for bed. Sounds good. Hopefully the voice does sound a bit better. I'm trying to capture less of my mouth sounds, as well as I'm going to try to bang my desk a lot less since it's currently mounted there. But we'll see how today goes. We'll see how today goes. Yeah, welcome Slowburn. Good to see you. Okay, so since the last stream, the base looks absolutely different. I'm sure most of you can tell. In fact, it's actually changed a little bit because when I first logged on, there was a giant hole right here. That's because our base partner Seer, who unfortunately looks like he got off, he was on most of the evening, has been hard at work. He went ahead and he's done a bit of progress. He's added to our AE2, he's added some power. Why don't we come down here and see all that he's done? It looks like he's gone all the way up to Spirited on Powa. Well, we got the energizing orb here. I may have to, I'm gonna have to break some blocks and get up there. Maybe we can start using the jetpack that was made for us, but let's get up here. We've got energizing system. Looks like we're going hardened, blazing, bit of a mix for sure. And it's going through a import bus that pulls items into the network, and pattern provider that is set to do not push craft ingredients. Love to see it. Looks like he's made a regular old pattern provider to a advanced AE reaction chamber. I'm a little sad. I was hoping to do some of this myself as well, to learn the process of just how hard it is to get to the advanced AE reaction chamber. But at the same time, I knew what I was signing up for. You know, this is what we're going to do. So if we try to look at the reaction chamber, we can see that it's actually way cheaper than you might think. Now, I had been under the assumption it was similar to ExtendedAE where it was really expensive, but that's not the case. A vibration chamber and a matter condenser are the only big components, so it's actually pretty cheap. And inside of this, provided the right materials, we can do a lot of reactions for much, much cheaper than Overworld. We've got that. We got the pattern provider. We got the reaction chamber. Let's see what else he's done here. Alloy smelter is patterned for vibrant alloy and energetic. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Try to hop around. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, like I was saying. I'm gonna go spectator while we're doing this. It's a double-edged sword to me because I'm excited to not have to do all of this myself again with how many times we've gone through this. But at the same time, I want to demonstrate and show people what's going on. So here is the main storage and crafting of the network, it looks like. So even though our controller's down there, it looks like he decided to put it up here. I don't think we need spectator for this. Let's look around. Energy acceptor is still present with a magmeter. Good to know. Magmeter is being fed from fluid drawers. I assume all of these have the dripping upgrades. Awesome, good to see. Got a netherite furnace, dense energy cell, and he moved my drives. I had a vision. I had a plan for how I wanted to make the drives look down there, but looks like Seer had other ideas. That's fine. Yeah, so we got some 1616, 1K. Coming down here, we got 1Ks and fluid storage. Looks like he stored water in it. I thought the infinite water storage cell was really cheap. Isn't infinite water cheap? Oh, it's 16? 16's not bad. He had 16, didn't he? Interesting. We'll have to keep exploring here, see what he's done. That's his chest, I believe. This is my chest. Or was, but it looks like he's moved. Let's see. Well, this was I think was my chest, but these aren't my... Some of these are my material, but like the pocket storage isn't. I didn't think it was. I don't know where this came from. I'm going to have to message Seer. I'm wondering if this clipboard was supposed to have a message on it, and I just can't see it anymore. But yeah, we'll have to ask him regarding that. Over here, NBT and such chest. Love to see it. He's got Flux Networks up and running. A lot of stuff we're not going to get to demonstrate now. I can now chat from my bed on my phone. The future is amazing. I'm glad that worked out for you. What so you couldn't chat on your phone before. Did they like update the app or how did that work? Yeah, over here we are extracting flux dust. Why don't we actually, let's look at exactly what that source is. So it's obsidian, charged redstone crystal, and a flux block. Good to know. Good to know. Over here, we've got a 1K crafting storage. It goes up to 3K with the coprocessor. Then a bunch of regular old pattern providers. I think this is an elevator. It is. Okay. So that is where the current base is at. I thought I'd have a lot more materials here. Did something break? Or maybe Seer was actively using it. That's probably what it was. But we need to break that just to get this back up and running. Over here, like nothing got too modified. But the big thing is he started moving the base. We opened journey map. He started moving it over here, I believe. So I would like, Slowburn says, is server 1 updated also? It is, Slowburn. I apologize that it didn't last time. There was a bug. They should now both be on 2.34, and the description should say it as well. Yeah, should be updated. Yeah, so I'd like to know, if you're following this series on YouTube, is there any part of this early game that you really would have wanted to see? Let me know in the comments, but we're going to just move on from this point, since so much progress has already been done. I did want to ask, let's ask Seer here, what is the clip? Ask him what the clipboard and pocket storage is in this chest. Yeah, let's continue on here from kind of where we were. Let's go check out the new place, and then we're gonna try to. Or here, let me ask him. Yeah, I was asking Seer if he wanted to do separate flux networks. But sounds like we're all good to stay on the same flux network. I'm going to have him add us to the current network. And while he's doing that, let's check out the new base. So coming over here, it looks like we've got a obsidian scales from Chipped. Doing some sort of cylinder pattern that connects to what I can only assume is, based on journey map, Endstone up above. We may have to get Flight online today, because this is kind of rough. We got a free jetpack from a player. I just need to be able to power the jetpack. I do believe this is the new base. I'm going to ask him. But once we've got this all nailed down, we'll start on today's projects, I think is what we're going to do. Let's go home and let's see if he's added us to the Flux network. Like we have. Gonna look at members. I am set as an admin. Awesome. Love to see it. Oh yeah, I can talk to him here. So, Seer, in terms of the controller, I'm going to be doing a new controller system I've seen, but I think I'll save that for when I split off and build my, start work on my library or museum. Apologize. So I'll try to just follow whatever you set up here until I separate. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to wireless charging, and we're going to enable wireless, and we want our armor slots, curios, hotbar, and we should have that jetpack that Polar Bear provided us. Go ahead and hopefully we can still use a, was it charm or curio, guys? I think it's curio to wear the backpack and the jetpack. Awesome. I believe I set the keybinds, but we can do a quick check here. I'm gonna go category. Oh gosh, I don't know what the actual name of the mod pack is. Oh gosh, hold on. Iron jetpacks. Okay, let's try that again. Because the name is like throttle, hover, stuff like that. I don't want to have to do that, so I'm going to go iron jetpacks. Perfect. It looks like I have done my binds, so we're good. So I should be able to toggle everything on and then lower our throttle significantly in terms of power, because I don't know what our power production is. We have a, looks like 4 million FE buffer, or well, energy storage. I think it's all just being powered from this reactor. Is that right? Yeah, perfect. So this reactor is our go-to. So yeah, we've got enough energy. Don't need to worry about making a weaker backpack. It's kind of hard. I'm kind of struggling to figure out where to start off today, because somehow when I was working on the server earlier, I didn't realize he'd done all this AE2 stuff as well as all the way to a spirited reactor. And so I'm trying to figure out where to start today, because all the AE2 stuff we were going to do is done. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ringling. Good to see ya. Yeah, let's go ahead and... why don't we take a look at the pattern access terminal and see our current setup. So there is... we're pretty full on molecular assembler. Now, when I say that, in terms of the pattern providers, all of these pattern providers are currently base pattern providers from the base AE2 mod without extra pattern slots. And what I'm thinking is I'm seeing advanced AE2, I'm seeing regular AE2, but I'm not seeing extended. And that was another thing we were going to get going. If you remember, we needed the ender pearls. Our ender pearls to make the dust to get into extended. Yeah, see here, I will help move. I'll probably help with apotheosis and among other things, but I think my focus right at the start of the stream is going to be extended AE. Why don't we get that up and going? This is going to be what we're going to do here. Because I really wanted to start on the AE2 stuff today. So that's what we're going to do. Without further ado, let's make some bookmarks. That's how I like to start. So extended AE, about, oh gosh, was it like a year ago now? Moved to using Entro. Now, Entro is made from Entro seeds onto a Fluix block to get Entro dust. It grows from budding, except there is no form of flawless. There is a repair system, but it's not really worth it. The thing we're going to investigate is if there's been updates to Entro that makes it easier to farm. For instance, I want to check, we'll eventually hit a recipe for like the reaction chamber or similar. We're going to look at recipes. So I do see an advanced AE reaction chamber, which does show that as soon as we get 32 Entro dust, as long as we don't lose that dust, or like keep making, sorry, I bumped the mic again. If we keep making the dust, we can infinitely rejuvenate our Entro crystals using Fluix. So that's a pretty nice system. The dust, yep, will just come from grinding it, so that'll probably be the method we'll use. Hey, TDK Rage, how you doing? Good to see you. Game says, what's your ultimate goal? Making all the things, or is there a particular milestone you're working towards? So yeah, this season, what we're working towards is what I'm calling the museum. In a void dimension called the Beyond, which means there's not a world to see, we're going to build this museum. And inside of it is going to be a showcase for every mod in the pack that has in-game items, as well as be a functioning base. And that is the ultimate goal of this server. At the same time, we're doing a challenge where we can't use mystical agriculture or productive bees, which are two of the most powerful mods in the pack for resource production. So it's a challenge and a goal that we're kind of working on. Let's go ahead and start by taking some of our ender pearls here. And I think I'm going to make a second inscriber. I don't want to keep messing with this setup. I'm going to make another inscriber if we have the materials. Let's find out. Oh, not an extended. There we go. Yeah, we just need 2 pistons. We do need wood. Looks like there's already a pattern. I'm going to increase the amount, though. Craft a few pistons. And get our inscriber. So this is just for us to use while we are trying to get everything up and running. And I think what we're going to do is use a acceleration. I think we should have the materials. I'm going to try to do 4. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be our main use system right now. Inscribers don't take a channel. They are just power. So I could throw this anywhere. I'll just put it right there for now. Load it up. And let's put some pearls in. Get our dust. What else do we need for the intro seeds? Redstone, glowstone, skystone, and sand. Now, I don't think we've made the skystone dust. Wrangling, thank you so much for cheering 100 bits. Guys, oh my gosh. We were so excited for this last stream. How did we mess this up? The lights are supposed to be on. Guys, I'm going to do a little replay here just to show you guys. Give me just a second. Pardon the flashing bright lights on my face. I'm going to use Wrangling's cheer here, but if you follow the channel, subscribe on Twitch, or cheer, anything of the like, the lights will go off behind me. There we go. Now it's working. You love to see it, right? I'm glad it's working. There we go. And we've got a first-time chatter coming in. We got Weasley coming in. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Are those Govies? No. These, so it's all custom. So it's WLED through my own, what's the best way to put it? A WLED controller. It's all wired up. We went over it like a year ago, I think. But it's not using any proprietary software or system. As much as I'd like to integrate those kind of things, a lot of them can't do what I want to do or without like subscriptions. So this is a homebrew DIY way to run WLEDs. I have all the specs written somewhere and like what I used. I'll have to I'll have to put that together later. Lizzie says, call me Martins. It's easier. I'll try to remember. I'm pretty bad at remembering what to call people's names with how many people I seem to meet. But I'll do my best. We got our Ender Pearl dust. I wanted to see if we had Skystone dust already made. I didn't think we did. So we're going to grab like a whole chunk of Skystone and make the dust. Now, I believe there is an extractor recipe for this. It is just lava, Skystone, waterlogged, or water block. I think we're going to go for the waterlog. So Skystone, lava, and water. Let's set one of these up. I'm going to steal one, since it looks like Seer is already starting to do some extractor work. We'll grab a drawer. How many years have you been playing Minecraft? I've been playing Minecraft since Alpha 1.6 or Alpha 1.8. It was one or the other. So even before Minecraft beta, I've been playing a very, very long time. Got our drawer. Let's see if we can, if we have the materials for an extractor. Need a piston. We're running into needing a lot of pistons here. There we go. Got our Skystone. We're going to need a couple buckets. One for water, one for lava. I think my lava tank. Oh, I thought it was out here. Where did my tank of lava go, guys? Do you guys remember where I put that? It's on the bio and stuff. USA. Let's see. Wasn't it? Okay, am I losing my mind? Or when we checked this earlier, there was a tank. Lava drawers? Yeah, I know we have the drawers. I just wanted to find my tank. Because I was going to use it for... Oh, you took it for oil? Okay, I'll make another tank later then. I'll make another one. We'll use this for now. Let's see, how do you pull from the drawers? I don't know if you can. I can steal from the magmeter though. Rage says, Seer has it? Yeah, he stole it. It's alright though. Alright, that should be everything we need. I do not, Weasley. English is all I got. Did you play AE1 much? I did not. I didn't start modded till later. So I'm a little interested here because Franklin says you can't pull from this. Ah, so yeah, the left click does work. So I'm punching. Interesting. Similar to item drawers. You know how like to you punch to take it out? So it works the same for buckets, it seems. Yeah, I didn't get... I was a bit slow to... There was a period where I didn't play much Minecraft. And that's when I... right out of high school when I joined the army. And such. I'd done a bit of modded before that and modded afterwards, but... This is where we're at now. In terms of the drawer, why don't we also grab a stack? Or what is it called? I know it's called upgrade. It's just copper upgrade. I'm only going to take like 2 of these. And does anyone know? I'd be interested to find out if Zycraft machines, extractors, stop tick processing, or if they have an eco mode I guess is what you would call it. This is all back end of if the extractor can no longer push an item into an inventory, does it enter like a halt state or does it cause lag? I would love to find out. But I kind of want to use the setup that's already here. So I think what we're going to do is we'll put the sky stone there. Oh, but we have to waterlog it. Maybe we don't do it here. We have to waterlog since I didn't make the tank, but maybe the tank isn't too expensive. I'm not gonna, it's probably not expensive, but I'm not gonna bother with it. I think what we'll do, because I'm trying to make sure we don't dig into anything, I think we'll be okay. Go like this. I'm gonna grab that stone, and all we should have to do is put our sky stone, lava, put some stone, extractor, waterlog, roar. Love to see it. Let's throw those in there. Awesome. So that'll be being produced now for future projects. Let's go ahead and see if we have everything now that is needed for some intro seed. Now, I believe it's a set amount you get from each seed. But for now, all we should have to do is grab some Fluix. I'm going to start with 8. I don't know why I counted it out in the crafting terminal. Ignore what I'm doing. I'm waking up. The best way I can put it. Let's take our Fluix blocks, put them out here. Right? Is it Fluix? Why am I blinking all of a sudden? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing the manual because the whole goal is we just have to get to where we have 32 intro dust. That's all we need. Once we have that, we can recursively duplicate it, if that makes sense. What I like to see. What I like to have available. I'm going to see if we can make a bit more Fluix. It's really interesting. I used to really enjoy demonstrating the creative ways to do a lot of the in-world transformation stuff. Then some of the both extended and advanced came out with just single block systems for it. And it's like it's a two-part feeling for me. One part, I really enjoyed the challenge, but the other part, as a server owner, the less items being put into that world, the better. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm going to grab... I am just going to do all 16 here. But I am getting a little too far excited here. I'm going to try to calm down, calm my speech and my mind, and we should be a lot less stuttering here. Should be able to function normally. So with those down... Hey! Trigger, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy your time here. But we need to let these grow. I'm not going to worry about accelerating them for now, because we can be working on helping Seer move to a new base location. So he wants to move over here. It's a very interesting block palette. Obsidian scales and endstone. It has a very like main end island feel to it because of like, you know, the end island has like obsidian towers. Best way I can think of it. But he wants to do the AE2 controller over here. So maybe we can work on that while we wait for our intro to grow. So I'm going to go /home. And let's see. I think the biggest thing we're going to need 4 more controllers was Skystone. But now that we're producing the dust, this can be smelted into Skystone, so we should be good. As long as we smelt it up. I'll just use this. Throw it in here, and let's see if there is already a pattern for controllers. There isn't, but at the same time, we're heavily limited in terms of pattern space. Let's see if he follow. Yeah, we got the pattern for patterns, a pattern for providers. Perfect. Let's do that. Since we don't have extended all the way up and running yet, we're going to add more pattern providers. But before we do, let's see what all is available to us in terms of pattern providers. So mega pattern providers, I believe, are only 2 rows. And if I'm correct, at least it was back in the day, advanced just modifies what it can do, but here's the big part. If you make an advanced pattern provider, I'm gonna check. Oh, okay, so now in the crystal assembler, I was about to say that you were stuck with it, but they have changed it to you can make the extended. Okay, so we're good there. I think we'll wait. I don't want to make any 2-row 16 pattern providers. We're going to wait for 32s. We'll just make some 8s in the meantime. Or, sorry, I'm doing the numbers wrong. It's by 9, I believe. Yeah, it's by 9. So 9, 18, 36 is what I meant to say. Let's go ahead and make, we're just going to go see for 4. We just need Fluix dust. That may already be possible to automate in the current system since he's already producing Fluix crystal. We could probably, oh, he does have the sag mill down there. We could use the sag mill recipe. Perfect. Are out of patterns. Let's see if we're missing stuff for patterns. We're not. Put that there. And then we'll grab a Fluix dust sag mill recipe for now. Obviously, this can all be changed later. Do more optimal methods, more optimal amounts within the pattern. But this is just to get us going. So we're going to come over here. And in terms of alloy smelter, it's currently set to alloying and smelting. I don't know if that was intentional, but I think it's better to keep that on alloying. We're going to put that in and run a test here. So the Fluix dust was needed for the pattern providers. Trying to make 4. We'll give it a start and see how it does. That just do it really fast, or is it not gotten to it yet? Let's find out. Yeah, scheduled 2. So it's failing currently. The pattern states produces Fluix dust from Fluix crystal. Oh, but this isn't set to a... Oh yeah, I guess you shouldn't have to set the push-pull. Oh, guys. Am I... That's not a sag mill. That's not a sag mill. Have a wonderful night, Tevi Scam. Guys, ignore me. I don't think he already has a sag mill set up. At least not that I've seen. Why don't we do a little check here. In terms of recipe, we have the materials. It says I got a sag mill. Is it see, is it already on the system? Okay, so he gave us a sag mill. Let's see, it's got a octatic, but I believe we looted. Oh, did I put it in the whole system? If I did, it's probably NBT'd. We looted some really good capacitors the other day. Let's see where they currently are. I swear, I'm losing my mind. I logged into an entirely new base, and I don't know where anything is. And all my nice looted capacitors are gone. It just keeps flying over. I wonder what happened to our other one that had it was like a 3-something base mod. Because obviously, so this is already a base mod of 3 when it's octatic. I wonder hunger. I think that makes it use more power, doesn't it? I don't know. We'll try it. We'll see if it works. Thoughts on using ComputerCraft to remove NBT from storage? There's 2 parts to it. ComputerCraft, similar to SFM. If the program's bad, it's really hard on the server. 2, with all the additional mods that have been added to AE2, that method of using ComputerCraft is completely obsolete now. It's not needed. There's much cheaper, easier, user-friendly ways to do it. But by all means, as long as you don't cause lag, if you want to use ComputerCraft, go for it. But if you cause lag, it's a strike. Yeah, I think we'll maintain. I need to test if that, I need to look up if that energy use modifier means it uses more power. I feel like it does because it says hungry. Does anybody know? Because I don't. Let's come over here and cancel that queue and take one of these pattern providers to just use as a panel. Let's go set this up. And I don't think he's set up a applied flux yet. So that's good for us because we'll get to do that ourselves, which is fun. Unless he beats us to it today. How is he doing the power for this? Am I crazy? Using a wireless somewhere? There's not an induction card. I'm interested to know what system he's using to power this. Or if that's just the power that's in it right now. Ah. Okay, so he was moving the flux point. So we're good to proceed. Right now there is a flux point here. there's a cable here that has, let's see, so right here it's at 7 of 32. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to come upstairs. Yep, give it a shot, Rage. But I'm telling you, with all of the new export and storage buses that can not only do mod, but you can do it by tag. It's so simple to do NBT removal. But at the same time, it can be really fun to try to do the ComputerCraft program. Do we have the advanced peripherals? You need advanced peripherals to do it lag free. Oh, do we not? We only have the base ComputerCraft? I want to do the Emmy search for it, but I'm trying to think of what are some of the other terms in ComputerCraft. I can't remember. I know it's called like advanced peripherals, but I don't know if they've changed the shorthand name of it. Okay, so I don't see the colony integration for ComputerCraft. So I don't think we have the advanced peripheral that lets ComputerCraft talk directly to the AE2 system. Just so you know. Be aware of that. But we came up here because we want a dense cable, which looks like my dense cable is gone. Grab one of those. And all we're going to do to give us a bit more channel space here, since this is all temporary, we're moving to a new base. We're going to rip that out, put that there. That puts 6 on that line, and only 1 over here. We're going to do the 1 so that we can put a pattern provider, sag mill, getting powered from this point. And we'll use the octatic that's in there. We are going to configure this to push its results back into the pattern provider. And that should be all that's needed because it's a single slot input. Let's give that craft a try again. I'm going to do similar systems to all my previous ones. With a tag export bus, if you need to clear a system that already has MBT in it, a tag export bus to the tag forge tool, forge sword, forge armor, forge armors, it'll push them all out of the system. But eventually we will do it here too, so there will eventually be a VOD in this series that has NBT item export, I guess is the best word to use there. Okay, so with that, we should be able to make 3 more pattern providers. And I want to monitor it, but I think we could just watch here. So I don't think we had to set a pull. It should only be a push. Unless we forgot something. Oh, the sag item. Wait, can it? It can be empty though, can't it? Always active. Unless it finished. Am I crazy, or I thought you used to be able to use sag mills without pushing a without a sag item. Like, isn't there a none setting? Yeah, see, there's none. There's none. We may have to come to the IO configuration and set it to pull. If that's what our issue is. Ah, yep. There it is. Push pull. All good. Yeah, lots of items. That's why I'm really excited to make my museum wrangling. Because this, my museum project is likely going to be my last playthrough of all the mods 10, because it's going to take so long to do. It's going to take a while. So that should have given us the pattern providers. And if we look at channel management back here, it's a bit messy. So he's at 8 of 8 off this star. We could go. Let's grab some cable, because all this is temp. All this is temporary. Grab a bit of cable here. Just to, guys, based on one motto there, it looks like the supporter system is working on the server. We had some hiccups, but everybody that is Twitch subscriber, YouTube member, or lifetime supporter, it looks like they are getting their role, which is awesome. The temporary role on the server. Those that are wondering, it is not a unobtainable advantage. All it does is give you the supporters can get the max claim, max force load that the highest playtime rank has, which is pumpkin. You know how like on the server when you're on, it goes from like sprout to vine to, I think it's like bud or something, and then pumpkin. That's all the supporter rank does on the server, is it gives them the same claim and force load as the max playtime rank. That's all it does. But I've been trying to automate it, and so I'm really happy it is working now, because now the way it works, if they no longer have one of those roles, it should take it away as well. But we can do everything we're trying to do off of one assembler here. And I think we're just going to put it right here. That. Yeah, that'll look good. Let's go ahead and put a pattern assembler. Bring that online. Let's take a look at our current passive draw and energy usage. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're good. So now we can make more patterns. Why don't we make a pattern for molecular assemblers? We're going to need that. And I'm going to throw it in here. I'm also going to change this system to only display with empty slot, which is what I prefer. And let's take a look at our intro so far. Looks like we do have this one ready. I don't believe fortune works for it. If we come to one of these, I believe it tells you. Okay, maybe it does. So maybe fortune does work now. It just tells you how much you get if you don't fortune. I think it's how that works. So why don't we make our fortune 5 upgrade here. And we could put some other. Do we still? Let me try to think of where all the enchanted books went. So here they are. Let's see if we can find our, there's the efficiency. Let's see if we can find the unbreaking. I swear we had an extra 3. I see a 1. See if we can find at least like a 2 maybe. If not, it's no big deal. Ah, there's a 3. Perfect. Rage says, thanks for all the advice, Fallen. We'll be back later to implement. Have a great evening. Have a good evening, Rage. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Yeah, we want the 3. And then, oh, you know what we haven't checked on yet? My quarry. Yep, we need to dump inlet. I'm going to get copyright from that, I'm pretty sure. I haven't changed those settings in months. So why did it reset from repeat to starting a radio? It started a radio and it just played copyrighted music. Oh well, I'll deal with that when we deal with that, I think. Oh, that's a bummer. Ghost in the Machine? Sure feels like it. But Seer, I kind of want to, I'm going to stop this. So like, we're not getting certain materials because of the max limit it's voiding. I was going to upgrade this. At certain steps. I'm going to try to make one of those upgrades, guys. So let's do a little bit of crafting here. Yeah, I saw the lots more is already in the system. I see that. I just want to, I want to make sure we're not voiding resources currently. I think I need to use my, okay, we do need to make some more platinum warhammers. At least one of these. Take a look at, ooh, there's lots of nuggets in here. I'm going to, oh, don't tell me. Okay, no, it's not. Yeah, we'll do that. Change those to ingots. Smelt this dust. Throw it in here. We'll make some netherite ingots. And then for the storage upgrade for sophisticated, we need to make we need to tier up to it again. Just because the stupid way it works. So let's make a tier 1. Probably go. We don't really need to save on iron because the iron farm, right? I'm sure we have plenty of iron, as well as all the iron coming in from the quarry. I'm going to skip copper. Go iron. Gold. Probably should be making patterns for all this, now that I'm thinking about it. There we go. There's a 32. And then while we're here, we need some templates. We do need to duplicate this. Do it a few times. Only need one of them. And then why don't we duplicate our... always forget. Now that he's seen it, we can replace that pedestal with something else. But now that we made some more netherite, I'm going to dupe this. Yeah, we'll go to... So there's 3. Yeah, that'll work. And we will, like just last time, just go to a item frame. Just for temporary storage. Okay. Hopefully, all the modium. Yeah, there it was. Okay. Should be everything we need. Let's turn our pickaxe to all the modium. As well as go replace the stack upgrade in the mining dimension. Beautiful. And I'll put the netherite in the storage system. I think that's everything we need right now. Gosh, why is this? Sorry, I'm like subconsciously freaking out about the copyrighted music that played earlier, and now it wasn't even playing music again. Just I really don't want to strike. Yeah, we'll have to see. Worst case scenario, I'll have to delete the YouTube side of things. We'll see. There we go. So that doubles us to 32,000 a slot. Turn that back on. And we'll work on import systems eventually. Like automated. All right. Let's see our current intro. Ooh, look at that. We got 6 from that one, which is good. We're just trying to get to 32 currently. Without MA or Bs, it's going to be important that we're able to duplicate this. We could prepare the patterns. So if we come over here, we're going to need a reaction chamber pattern, as well as a intro dust pattern. This one does also have to go through an inscriber. It can't go through the sag mill. In that case, I might actually just put this inscriber down here instead of the sag mill. We can just give this back to Seer. Okay, that should work for us. Put in our intro. Now the thing is I don't want it to... I don't want it to ever take 2 items But I think we'll be okay, because I think the items that we're putting in the inscriber with these patterns specifically, Fluix and Entro, both can only go in this slot, so they'll never be put in these ones. So we should be fine. And then this is our reaction chamber, which I believe he was configuring for water. Yeah, he was. Okay. Awesome. This one's kind of scary. Scary. What is that? Produced items will not be auto exported. I noticed he doesn't have auto export. He's using a import bus. But at the same time, also worried about it mixing items when craft requires for, like in this case, Fluix and Entro. Has to be the full pattern block and only works with a dense energy cell. Oh, do you mean about it being connected here? I was talking about the auto export, and I think in order to properly use the reaction chamber, you have to use either that block form or the advanced upgrade, which lets you designate sides, is how it works, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, either way, this should work. I'm just debating if we should have blocking mode on. That's all I was debating. Let's come over here. I do want to run a test. I'm going to take our Silk Touch. Can you pick these up? Nope, you cannot. Good to know. So we're going to have to leave this. I was thinking maybe I could move 2 of them over to this growth accelerator. But since I can't move them, kind of SOL there. Have to let these grow. I should have placed some on this side. Maybe I could quickly make some dust here. Oh, cardboard. That's a good idea. Why did I not think about cardboard boxes? I think I even had some in my inventory earlier. Yes, this one's not using anything yet. Grab that with the cardboard box. And I should have brought more stone with me. That's all right. I think I'm gonna break these buds. As soon as I put the pick away too. Here's how we'll do it. We'll break this. Yeah, we only got shard, but that's fine. Just because I'm gonna move these. Then we need to make sure that this is stone, so that it can't grow on the side. And then let's put some of these crystals alongside these growth accelerators. And I think we'll still try to limit the growth sides. Does mean we need to put blocks like so. Go block. Block. And that should work for that side. Over here, it's a little complicated. We can't use that side because of the flawless. Might be best. I'd actually honestly just be best to sit here and mine these until we get 32. But we could possibly put one here. So let's just do it anyway. Put one down. There we go. So now we're working at it from multiple angles. Cluster. 22. Getting close. As we have 32, we can duplicate. I think I'm just gonna trash these shards, honestly. And we should probably put Sears sag mill back over here so he knows where it is. And I'm gonna hold on to these other intro blocks just for future use. All right, I think this is the big point. As soon as we hit 32, we really need a magnet. Perfect. Okay. Now, if we throw this in the system, we should be able to request 64. I mean, I think even if I request one, it's going to make 64. It says it's missing the pattern for intro dust. Did I not put it in there? Did I only do ender pearl on accident? Oh, intro dust. Oh, but it's a loop. It's a loop. AE2 does not like loops. So because of that, I need to queue the dust, then queue the crystal. That's like the only way you can do that. That's just how AE2 works. With the setup we have placed, we would have to use stock buses, and a possible subnet can make it so that we wouldn't have to worry about that. But for now, it's just a quick workaround. We're good. All we have to do is queue it separately. Raylene says, get a requester works with the requester. What I'm wondering is, so when you say that, does it... That was a lightning strike. Can I, in the requester, just request intro crystal to be stocked and it will do the recursive craft? Or do you need to, in the requester, at a higher priority, request the intro dust, and then request the intro crystal? What's up, dude? You got 99 coming in. Good to see you. Works with both? Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to mess with that later. But we could mess with it right now. Let's go for a requester. Now, I know we're going to need a lot of these. So we're going to make our pattern here. Okay, and when we were in that pattern, we didn't have patterns for most of these materials. So let's go ahead and make these patterns. There we go. So we're to here and quartz fiber. Certus dust we can make a pattern for, but it's like it's not necessarily needed because we're going to be auto inputting Certus dust. From farms, so there's no reason to pattern that right now. You miss the old and nostalgic Minecraft? Yeah, definitely different feels these days. Thanks for following, Rage. Have you never followed on Twitch? Have you only ever watched on YouTube? Thanks for the follow, Rage. Hope you enjoyed your light show. Okay, everything's good on that side. And 99 coming in with the follow as well. Enjoy your light show. You forgot to? No worries. What patterns are we missing though? We need interface. Got one pattern on us. Let's make a pattern for this. But yeah, 99. We were talking about earlier versions of Minecraft because I've been playing since the alpha. And it's definitely got different feels. Then you also have, there's such a, you've got Bedrock, Java, and modded Java. And I really think that distinction needs to be made, is that if someone says they play Java Minecraft, you need to know, do they play only vanilla or do they play modded? I think that's important. We do need a glass recipe though. Oh, it says we have glass recipe, so maybe one of these patterns is set to exact. And that is breaking things. What is our current glass pattern? This isn't an extended one, so we can't search as easy. Here says no furnace patterns are done. I'm just trying to figure out why. Oh, it's the pattern. It's quartz glass. It's quartz glass, guys. What am I doing? Yeah, we're like completely out of glass. We can't even pattern it. So I'll manually smelt some real quick. And we'll need to get that crushing line for sand and gravel up and running soon. Let's get a requester. And in terms of channel, I'll put it right here. I'm going to turn all those off. Oh, why didn't that? Why isn't it sticking? Does it have to be on? It's not sticking. Isn't that crazy? I know I've said that like 5 times this stream, but not sticking. Brainling says quartz glass, first class. Yep. 99 says I play on console. Yeah, so you play Bedrock Minecraft. Thank you so much for the sub, Rage. Too kind. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wanted to see the lights? Well, thank you for the support. What makes all this possible. So we're going in, even though the pattern's set to 64, I'm still going to put a 64 batch size. And I'm going to go for a stock of, I'm going to do a 256 stock. And see what happens. Yeah, it detects the recursive loop. Maybe I do have to put the dust. Okay, yeah, so see, that was what I was trying to clarify, Wrangling. I think I misunderstood when you said works for both. As I was saying, there's ways to set it up. There's ways to set up your ME system to solve the recursive crafts so that you only have to queue the end material. That's the same ideology as the requester, in the sense that there's a way to configure the network so that you don't have to put intro dust in the requester as well. I was saying I know how to do it. And what I'm talking about is a way so that you don't have to do 2 requests. That's the big thing. What level jetpack you on? I never crafted it myself this season. Panda dropped us off an emerald jetpack on day 1 when I actually started playing on the server myself, which is kind of funny. Yeah, just to be safe, we'll go throw the dust request in. Here it's off. And to be extra safe, let's go for keep 64 in batches of 32 at a time. That'll work now. It should. Yeah, there is a way with the new stock buses, the ME stock export, as well as the auto not that one. Hold on. There is another. It's in extended. It's not in advanced. Or is it? Hold on. Maybe it's actually in advanced. Let me see if I can find it. Threshold. Yeah, it's called Threshold. Threshold will make it so that you can solve recursive craft requests with Redstone Card and Threshold. I'd have to put it together again, like work through the process of putting it together to remember how that works. But we can do that another time. Oh, that could work too. A stock card, a craft card, and an interface so it stocks up. And you use the oversize so that it's an X16 item per slot. That'd be really good for storage. Oh, I think it did what I was worried about, guys. I think it doubled up. Import's not polling. I'm going to turn on auto export just to make this work all the time. There we go. I'm going to rip your import bus off here just so that the auto export works. And we're going to turn off everything but the that. There we go. Okay, back up top. Why don't we go for I'm gonna let this finish looping. I want to get a good stock of intro. While it's doing that, let's go get glass. A good amount of glass. Ooh, all the apoth materials. I wanted to see what we have here in terms of same on all types. That's fine. We have the shovel. And I'll put the fortune away for now. We have all the sand over there, but I'm getting more and more. Screw it. We are excavating. Let's get rid of all this sand. I think that pocket dimension. You can correct me wrong in chat, Seer, but I believe this is for me to use this pocket storage unit, and I think I'm going to tier it up. And then we do need to get industrial foregoing up and running, because I like to use that for auto tree farms. I find it's pretty good at doing its job. Yeah, we got the pocket storage now. So let's head back over there, and I'll just grab one real quick. We'll go in slot 1, and we do want to turn on. Gosh, can I remember the controls? Sneak, right click to deposit. Sneak, left click to withdraw. It automatically absorbs. Perfect. We can do 65,000. We like to see. Oh, it didn't auto pick up. I swear there was another config system to these. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Okay, that time it did. Okay, now it's working. Okay. Good enough. Let's go ahead and get some sand. Yeah, they're similar to Dank's Rage, with the very unfortunate downside that there is no dock. That was one of my favorite things about Dank's, was frequency docks, because they were trans-dimensional. But it is what it is. There was a lot of bugs with Dank's as well. There is still bugs here and there with pocket storage, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. It's more stable than Dank's was. I just missed some of the features that Dank's had. In terms of, so like this, no matter what, it's just automatically absorbs like items on pickup, voids excess. With Dank's, you could do that by slot. And it had a, in my opinion, better GUI. But to answer your question, it's like Dank. All right, that should be enough for now. We can do terraforming later. Over here and get some glass. Banks or updated danks? Yeah, I haven't heard of that. Now you're saying Forge. Is it Forge only? Is it one of the stubborn developers that is staying Forge and not going NeoForge? Or is it on, because all the mods 10 is NeoForge. And so if Banks is Forge only, it'll never be in all the mods anymore. We have so many rewards to claim, and I'm like terrified to do it. Oh, I hope this doesn't trigger. I don't want to trigger an item clear, so I might. What I'm gonna do really quick. Oh, it requires a sticky piston? I am gonna upgrade this to magnet just because I want it. Yep, there we go. Yeah, if it's only forged, then that it is what it is. Spider-Man coming in on Twitch. Hello and good morning. Good morning to you, maybe. It's like we're 10 minutes to midnight here where I'm at. Okay, we did a big claim. Perfect. We didn't get a wipe, which is what we were hoping for. And I need to hold these items for possible quest rewards. So let's just dump everything in here and then pull back out all this. Then we'll turn off the magnet so that we don't steal items. Bubble Brainer and BJoss coming in. What up, what up? Welcome, welcome. Bubble Brainer, 7 months of sub. Thank you so much for the support. I always appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your light show. And I'll catch you later, Rage. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Bubble Brainer says, yes, it's morning in the northern part of the world. Hey, I'm northern. I think you just mean eastern, right? But Bios, welcome. Hey, and look at that. Coming in with the follow. I hope you enjoy your light show. Welcome to the channel. All right. With those rewards claimed, I'm going to quickly look over them for specific things I want to take out. I do want the item cell housing. Let's pull that out. Those upgrades we can use later. Okay. Now try to remember what we have in here. Best I can. Go over here and throw some of these materials in. And we should, yeah, I think Entro is stocked. We've given it glass, so we can make patterns. Maybe not 100. Yeah, give me 50. I don't even care if you use charged. Just do it. I grab some Certus and dust to stock up the system. We're just trying to get ExtendedAE up and running before we start moving to the new base location southwest of us, simply because I don't want to have to rebuild twice there, if that makes sense. So we'll take our patterns. Could have done it there, but that's fine. And let's start the journey. So when it comes to extended, I think the most important part is the crystal assembler, if I'm remembering correctly. Because we need this to make everything else, right? He also says, got any tips for getting into AE? Well, I am a total applied energistic nut. We've gone over a lot on the YouTube side of things. Cause like we're live to YouTube at the same time. And on the YouTube side of things, we've gone over it a lot, but the biggest tip I can give anybody that's getting into applied energistics and is struggling to understand channels. One, the mod has received great in-game documentation over like the past year in terms of visual guides and descriptions going from tips and tricks to the base mechanics onward. There is excellent documentation in-game. If you're still failing to understand channels, I've found one of the best ways to get someone used to the idea is to think of a power strip. At least that's what I've always called them. You know, where you have the one end that plugs into the wall, and on the other end, you've got so many plugs. Think of it like a power strip. Something takes a channel if it has to plug into the strip, and that strip, when plugged in to like the controller, if it's the base cable, can only have 8 other things plugged into it. That's an example I like to give. Let's see what I think I'm failing to misunderstand something here, Bubble Brainer. I'm specifically referring to time zones, which have nothing to do with part of being north in the world. Like morning has nothing to do with. I'm talking time zone, so I think there was a misunderstanding there. Thank you for following, Wiz. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, that's why I was confused when you said it's morning in the north. So that's why I made that comment. So hopefully that's all clear now. But we have pattern for crystal assembler. I don't think I already did it. If I did, we can revert it. Okay, we're good. Coming back to it though, we do need to encode extended machine frames. Go ahead and make a pattern for that, which does require entro infused ingot, which we can do before we'd have to do the in-world transformation or once you have the crystal assembler, but we can do a bulk version for cheaper inside of our reaction chamber. It just takes 500,000 FE, but I think we'll be okay because the reactor that Sears put together does like 100K something. So I think we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and make a reactor pattern for that. So this is a craft that is react. Yeah, so see, like I know that. Minor. And Sears says we have 100 mil spare. Oh, sick. Sounds good. Let's see what we're missing. We need a pattern for Skystone Tank and ME Crafting Terminal. So let's jump over here. Let's go Crafting Terminal. I think we needed Crafting Table. Yep, we did. Go Crafting Table. And then we need to go ME Terminal. And I wanted to use Illuminated. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. And Illuminated. Throw that. Looking good. And Skystone Tank is really, really simple. Let's throw all these patterns in. I think all of these are crafts. So we should be good. Put them up here. Let's see. Crystal assembler. See what happens. He also says, what power source would you recommend for mid to late game? That really comes down to how you're playing the pack. All the Mods 10 is so large, has so many different versions of playstyle, and it highly depends on what mods you progressed to call yourself in the mid game. Does that make sense? Like if you're calling it mid game, but you've completed the mechanism line, then you have your mech generator for your mid game until you get to, I mean, I guess if you're all the way to, yeah, so you'd have mechanism in the mid game if you're someone who rushed that. There is tons of good quest information regarding power. Let's see, not in there, not in there, not in there. There it is. Extreme reactors is something I enjoy. So like for me, my mid game will probably be massive, not massive, but extreme generator turbines. Some people like to do like rainbow furnaces, but those kind of fall off after mid game. But you can do condensed generator galores, which are pretty good. Power reactors, some people like the nitro reactors for life. They just stack those. A big thing, I don't know if they still have a quest section that shows it, but for those that don't know, the Power magmator the Power thermo generator. If you use soul lava from the other, pumps out like incredible power. I can't remember the exact amount. They used to have it like a section that talked about it, where you put it over soul lava. It's custom to the pack and it like dumps power. It's like crazy good. I'm sure someone's going to answer us if there is still a quest section for it, but 900%? Is that the modifier? Yeah, a thermo generator on top of soul lava for mid game. If you have soul lava, fantastic. But like I was saying, I'm really big on extreme reactors. But again, where it comes down to what you progressed, if you're calling mid game because you're halfway through modern industrialization, nothing's gonna beat MI's power gen. So it really does come down to what mods you progressed. But for the biggest part, for beginners, people learning, just use the power section of the quests, and power will really help you get through it. It'll be pretty set, I'd say. Let's see if our crystal assembler's done. Oh, there it is, folks. The crystal assembler. But yeah, it says those extended devices are too complex for a crafting table to craft. You will need a crystal assembler to craft most of them. Notice the screen face does not connect to network. It can also perform certain in-world transformation recipes, but we're going to use the advanced AE version for that. I think so. So let's come down here. Let's put our crystal assembler. We're going to need a pattern provider here. Hopefully we have the materials. Oh, we did. Happy day. Let's come to right here where we were setting up more systems. And maybe what we'll do is just pull off and go. I think, can the ME requester pass power? Does anyone know? It can. Awesome. As we want to see, we will turn on auto export. Hopefully that won't mess with the requester. It shouldn't, but I think we'll be okay. Oh man, there's always new bots, right? I'm gonna add that to that new form of message to my auto mod. So I need just a second here, folks. They change up their messages. There we go. Get everything back where it's supposed to be. Awesome. All right, now that we have the crystal assembler, we can make patterns that require it. Now, the biggest thing we're working towards is extended pattern providers. But let me see what Seer was saying. Oh, and Don Mac had answered us in chat. I apologize about that. All right, cleared up nice enough area for any stuff we want to do. I'll work on making it look decent now. Awesome, sounds good, Seer. You're killing it. I'll try to contribute more. I just my plate is so full right now with how much I have going on in terms of how I'm becoming a server host. I'm hosting other people's servers. So my panel work, managing my servers, IRL stuff I don't want to talk about, the health issues you guys know about and those that you don't. It's just been, I don't have time. The biggest thing that sucks is when you work on Minecraft servers all day, like not playing, and then you go to play. I'll be honest, you like don't want to, you need like a break from Minecraft. Even though you weren't playing like the base game itself. Yeah, we're gonna need a few patterns here. So I want a lot of extended devices. I think like I was saying, the first one we're gonna go for is extended pattern provider, but I'm debating if we craft the upgrades. Why don't we make a pattern for you have to give it a whole extended pattern provider to do an upgrade? I guess that makes sense because it doesn't really, yeah, okay. Does that say I can do it with like even iron? I'm curious. Give me a second here, guys. I just want to see why it's blinking like that. Oh, yeah, it can. Yeah, so we want, at least this is how I like to do my patterns. I like to have the upgrade. I like to have the panel, and we need the base. So this is going to be made in Crystal Assembler. This is our first Crystal Assembler pattern. And unfortunately, we have a lot to do to make this truly work. We'll get there. Biggest thing is we need to make some intro processors. So used to my view cells on later playthroughs, you know what I mean? Slowburn's heading out. Catch you later. Catch you later, Slow. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, we'll come over here and I think that was all we were missing. pattern-wise, other than the concurrent processors. We have to make those. We can use Inscriber Universal, which is like a... all it asks for is SkySteel? Ooh. We may not even have to make the concurrent processor. Is there any reason to now? Oh, we would need it for the circuit slicer. Which is also, I mean, once you have the circuit slicer, your life is complete. So we should just make the... Yeah, we'll just make the concurrent press. Because maybe what we move towards is making the circuit slicer. Yeah, so yeah, the way it works is you have types and items. So if I put 60 Entro infused ingots in my inventory, there is one type, which is just Entro ingots, and 60 items. But if I put 64 Entro dust, and let's say that this is all we're looking at is right here. There's two types, because they're different items. So there's two types, but a total of 124 items. To get a bit more complicated, because you'll notice numbers won't quite align, is AE2 uses bytes and bits. A single item type, the first time it comes in the cell, it uses a byte. And then every item after that, of that same type, only consumes a bit. 8 bits and a byte. So ingot comes in, that's a byte, then bits. There's better ways to explain it. I'm still recovering in my head right now. And I know I've done better explanations on like YouTube and stuff, but I hope that helps a little bit. If any part of that needs clarification, feel free to ask. But let's make a pattern for a concurrent press. Why do we? I don't think we need to pattern it. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's not pattern it. I do want a pattern for iron blocks though. Also, we are getting pretty low on iron. I'm not even going to turn this to dust. I'm just going to quickly smelt up some raw iron. Since we haven't gotten to our ore processing setup yet. We're saving that for the base, but this should work for now. Let's come here, and this is assembler pattern. Beautiful. Let me get a iron block. We need a silicon press. We need 4, was it regular Certus? Or no, it was Entro Crystal and 3 Eyes of Ender. Grab 3 Eyes of Ender. Why don't we grab our Entro Crystals from outside, because I'm sure some of these are done. Go. And then let's dupe our silicon right here. Our silicon press. Okay, so something to clarify there, Bios. Mega cells is just an addition that adds things that store different types whether they be liquid, chemical, and makes them be able to store more than the base game. The base game can only go up to 256,000 bytes. Mega goes beyond that. When I say base game, I mean the base mod. Spatial cells have nothing to do with storing items in a terminal. They store physical space. You can, with a proper pylon setup, rip out whole builds out of the world and put them up somewhere else. In my last season of All the Mods 9, we had a fantastic system that I really enjoyed. We built where we put all of our AE2 components, like all of our drives, all of our crafting towers, inside of spatial storage so that they didn't take up room in the base. I was proud of that room we made. I'm going to come over to our assembler here. Throw those in. That should give us a concurrent press. And for the concurrent press, we just we press pure intro to get concurrent circuit. This should all work just fine to get our first circuits. Grab concurrent, and we do need an inscriber for it since we don't have Cube.js universal presses yet. I'm going to make one more inscriber here. And this one kind of just needs power, but I'll put it here for now. It's all going to be manual. We'll automate at the new base. Why don't we make a few of these extended pattern providers? I guess we could have grabbed our Excel cards, couldn't we? Got one here. Why don't we steal one from there? Perfect. I'll go a bit faster now. And then we can just directly turn these to circuits outside. Make sure we got some redstone in here. Let's get some of those going. Yep, here comes our first concurrent processors. And the biggest thing we're hoping to do with these, let's try our pattern. Did I not put in the one for the... I did. What's it called? Pattern provider upgrade. That's what it's called. Let's give it a try. See if it hangs. Seems to be stuck on here. Oh, nope. I think it finished. Ooh, but you know what? We don't want this to export to there. Let me, yeah, I'm starting to remember some things. I think one of the parts is that the pattern... If I remember right, the pattern provider needs to be touching the side. So I'm going to go like this. Oh, wait, where? Did we put the pattern in the... Oh, we did. Maybe it would have worked where it was. We messed up, guys. That's on me. Let's see if this would have worked. I'm going to put everything back. And I'm going to re-queue the craft. We put it in the wrong spot. Okay, it did accept it and it's crafting. We're good. Everything's working. Get some more circuits. We're going to need some more redstone. I'm going to go check on our builder. Now that we're directly tied into base power, I really think we should infuse the builder so that it uses less power. Honestly, let's stop it. Bring back some redstone and some dimensional with us. And let's infuse the builder so that it's not such a power draw. Go ahead and grab a machine infuser, if that's a quest. And if anyone's wondering, you can in fact infuse an infuser. For anyone wondering, that is possible. And then I think I'm going to do this. I want to be able to get around here better. Whatever, we're about to move. We're about to move. Let's put down a infuser. Load it up and throw in our builder. And quickly grab so we had a faster hopper. I believe it infuses faster than the speed of a hopper, but this way I don't have to sit here and watch it. Okay. All this redstone I brought, I'm going to dump in here. Grab our concurrents. Let's see if our upgrade finished. There she is. Now, the beauty of the upgrade is so that we don't have to take patterns out. We just leave it. Is it sneak right? Yeah. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's see if we can't request 6 nether quartz and logs. Nether quartz and logs. Why we need one of the things we need to do is get a tree farm up and running with industrial, because I really like that method. I see you. Yeah, there's a lot of nests here. I want these trees to properly decay, so I'm just gonna break the nests. We definitely do still need a magnet though. All right, let's chop. Just for a bit here. That should be enough wood. Come back home. I don't like to have insomnia on my players, so I do want to sleep. But it appears the beds have moved. They're probably at the new base. Oh nope, there's one right there. Good enough. Yeah, I think he's already moved the beds to the new zone. Okay. Dump some items. Gonna put the nests over there. And then we do need some nether quartz. I don't want to have to... Oh no, I'm thinking glowstone. Nether quartz should be at the quarry, right? Yeah, perfect. We throw this in, then we can maybe queue a bunch of extended pattern upgrades. Pattern provider upgrades. See if we can do 6. Beautiful. So this is our current, this is all of our molecular assemblers. This is all the space we have before. Keep that in mind. We'll look at the after here in a second. But let's see if the quarry's ready. 100% infused. Be able actually to just slash back over there. Throw it down. Do a quick check. Yep. Area is correct. It will have to shoot through the 39 chunks, but it should do it pretty fast. I don't know. I think it's saved. I think it's saved. It did. Oh, yes. Beautiful. So that should use, or should function better. So now it still can only take in the 20K because of the limitations, but it should operate a bit more friendly being infused. Let's check this. I think I'm going to keep this going for now. Nothing wrong with supplemental power until we build our main reactor from extreme reactors here at the base. All 6 are done. So again, this is all of the pattern storage we have available. But if I go through and use some of these upgrades, check this out. Boom. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. For my own sake, I'm gonna condense these a little bit. You okay, kitty? I don't know if you guys could hear my cat there, but that was a very sad meow. Yeah, at this time, we don't care about overlapping parts of a craft chain on the one assembler, because eventually we'll have the extended assemblers. For now, we just want more clear and concise storage, because by fully filling that up, if we go to empty slot, it'll hide that assembler, which makes this window easier to navigate for anyone curious. Okay, so that brings extended up and online, and we don't really need our buds anymore, but it wouldn't hurt to still harvest these till they're dead, you know. We do have more extended machines to make. But I kind of want to do some player progression. Ooh, what's that? That's new to extended. Oh no, okay, they just changed the art. They just changed the art. It's just the wireless connectors. Yep. Hopefully players use them safely and don't cause chunk errors. Isn't there also... Okay, that is the only version we have in this. But yeah, here was a problem we had. in previous versions, I think there's a portion that people don't read. People think you can just use wireless connectors for same dimension, and you only need to use quantum gates for cross dimension. Wireless connectors, and it states it down here, are not linear in terms of power cost per distance. The further away you go, it ramps up in power cost. And we've had a few issues where players' systems, AE systems, would constantly be shutting down, turning off, and then turning back on, and then immediately turning off, which causes a lot of lag because their system couldn't supply the power to all of the wireless connectors because of the distance. Wireless connectors are great within your base. Within your base. If you're going hundreds of blocks, use quantum gates. I think we can click here and actually look at some of these systems that were added. See if there's anything new. That we haven't gone over in the past is what I'm saying. I'm so excited to check out some of these new multi-blocks. The assembler matrix, AE quantum from advanced. So like there's the assembly matrix. And then there's the quantum computer. And I want to run tests between these. I have yet to use either of these. These have been added. These got added to both of these mods right after I got super sick. So I haven't got to play with them yet. I'm excited to play with them. Ooh, a void cell now. That's really nice. No way. You can do the condensing. You can do the condensing instantly with a cell workbench. Wow. That's crazy. Maybe this says ME wireless is great. Yeah. It's always good. Okay, give me a second as we go through some of these that are new. Low threshold, tag, precise. They changed the packing tape picture. That's cool. The oversized interface is new, but we already went over it. Holds 1,024 items a slot. It's good for machines that pull more than a stack at once. Good for that. Mod or by mod. I love my ingredient buffers. Yeah, all these we've seen. We've seen the canner. I've heard there's been some improvements to it, which is good to hear. We've seen that. Yep, everything. I think everything above we've already seen. Except the matrix. Let's kind of read about the matrix here for a second. It can cause a bit of lag if you use it with the infinity cells. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to test these probably in one of our test worlds of comparing total resources per build size and then capabilities between them all. It kind of seems to me, well here, let's read about the assembler matrix here. Oh, the void cell can cause a bit of lag if used with infinity cells. Well, yeah, I'd hope you, because the void cell is, as it said in the description, is trying to wipe the entire inventory. So you would never, ever want to set that to an infinite cells item purely from a lag standpoint, because yeah, that'd be a mess. It'd be okay to like dump it in, pull it out for like quick items, but you wouldn't want to leave it in. That'd be horrible. If we read it here, the assembler matrix is a multi-block structure, combination of the molecular assemblers and pattern providers. It can run a lot of crafting jobs at the same time with enough crafting coprocessor units in your network, which you need, and save channels. So we can save channels by building it into a matrix, it seems. Interesting. It's a rectangular prism with edge lengths. So edge lengths can be 3, as small as 3, as long as 7. So you could start with a 3 by 3 by 3. Okay. Edges are composed of frame. Faces composed of wall or glass. And the interior is matrix, pattern, craft, or speed. A valid assembler matrix must contain at least one pattern core and craft core, and it must be completely filled and can't be hollow. So we couldn't go 3 by 3 by 3. We would have to, because we have to have a minimum internal. So cannot do 3 by 3 by 3. Good to know. When the assembler is correctly formed and powered, the lines on the assembler matrix will turn blue. Okay. There are 3 different cores. Pattern. You get 36 pattern slots per pattern core. A craft core can run 8 crafting jobs. Okay. And a matrix speed core takes 5 to run at full speed, but we don't know about lag yet. Awesome. So if my understanding is correct, and the purpose of this is once the matrix is complete, it only takes 1 channel. Is that right? You have your matrix at max size. Nice. Yeah, we'll have to see the material cost here in a second. I am curious. I did want to read more about the quantum computer and quantum crafter. So a single computer has 8 coprocessors by itself and 256M of crafting storage. But then you can improve upon that, including, yeah. Well, this is going to take, we're going to have to do some testing. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun to check all these out. You guys know how much of an addict to AE2 I am. So when there's new stuff from add-on mods, I get excited. I think this will be fun. Need a ton of paintballs? Yeah, let's take a look at Matrix. I'm going to clear our current patterns, and we need frame, wall. We can look what glass costs. We need at least 1 pattern, 1 craft, and then speed if we can. So our matrix frames, it's nether quartz, lapis, and our extended machine frames. This is going to be, I can already tell it's going to take a lot of intro. The walls, quartz and iron bars. Not too bad, not too bad. Don Max says I have them set up if you want to check them for lag. So what I mean by that, oh, why did it break again? Oh my gosh. Oh well, I'm gonna see if there's a new nightly build of Distant Horizons, because this one's just so buggy it breaks my shaders. We'll mess with that later. But what we test is for late game, which is where we have it slammed to the max, operating at the max with max crafts possible. And that's what we'll be comparing. It'll take some time to set up. It'll probably be a while before we're actually able to demonstrate that kind of testing, but it'll be fun once we can. Intro will be fun to automate without bees or MA. We already have. Because we're not doing the buds. We're not doing the buds. We're using the, it is possible with the reaction chamber to double your intro without any issues. 64 at a time. You take a 32 intro dust, 32 fluix, yeah, right here, 32 intro dust, 32 fluix for 64 crystal. Then you inscribe crush back to 32 dust and you loop. Really good for that. Okay, but there was something specific I wanted to do. Let me think, guys. How did we get bee stuff? Was that from me like looting nests? That's right. I was looking at the material costs. Matrix walls were iron and quartz. The glass just changes the iron to quartz glass. Pattern core. Here we go. Blue lumen, specifically. The wall. Blue lumen, which for those that don't know, blue lumen is blue paintball around glowstone. And blue paintball comes matter ball blue dye. This is where that dye issue is going to come in. I'm really debating a lot of the players that are also doing the no MA, no mystical agriculture, and no bees. Some of them are letting themselves use dye seeds. I'm trying to think of some good ways to go about our dyes, and mechanism is like the only way I can think of mass producing dyes until we're far enough in modern industrialization. I think we'd have to go mechanism till MI, because I believe the industrial foregoing resource had an issue. What did that player say was the problem with the dye mixer? I don't remember off the top of my head. ExtendedAE can do dye as well. Did I miss a tab there? Bet some of you were like, how did you not see that? Maybe can ExtendedAE only do complex dyes? Oh, that's use. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Am I crazy? I don't see ExtendedAE. Maybe it's something I'm not familiar with. Alloyer? Organic. That's what you were calling it. Organic. Ah. Black, brown, and green. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see what we end up doing. I think Seer was talking about flowers. And yeah, flowers are possible, but I don't think I'll go quite that route. Matrix. Okay, you do need extended molecular assemblers and then purple lumen. Speed is just acceleration. Oh, literally other flowers. Oops. Other flower. Flower that can be found in hanging garden structure in Bumble Zone dimension. Note, not every possible flower is shown on this page if they do not have an obvious block link image to them. And then the other flower can duplicate dye. So if you farm these, which we could through Spirit Fire, it's like all these poppies, Spirit Fire them into other flowers. Sick. Yeah, that's a good idea, Seer. I didn't know about those. It's pretty cool. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, this is like not too bad. I think the biggest thing is, why don't we get well, here, let me see what the void cell cost is currently. Otherwise, we're just going to use a matter condenser. 16K. Yeah, I'd rather just make a raw matter condenser here. And we'll start building up on materials for probably the next stream. No, I think I want a 2x drawer here. Let's go with one of these. Beautiful. And what else do I want here? Oh, there was a lag-free way that was really fast. But we'll worry about that later. Let's just set it up basic for now. So what I'm talking about, one of my favorite ways is in MEIO port. An MEIO port that's networked to a storage bus, and the storage bus is on the matter condenser. You then put the infinite water cell in the load side of the MEIO port. It feeds it like crazy. Judo coming in on Twitch. Good to see you back, Fallen. Hope you and the family are well. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Okay, sorry. People are... I sent a pic today in Discord today, Fallen, of the matter condenser setup you're talking about. Is it in the ATM 10 discussion? I'll have to find it later. Let's hurry in. Let's just get these matter condensers online real quick. Probably through... another good method is to put them on top of cobbled generators, I believe. Oh, you put it in the server chat. I hope people aren't 100% trying to use that as an actual, like, information channel. It's just supposed to be server chat. Yeah, there it is. MEIO port, storage bus on the matter condenser. It's one of my favorite setups. I really like that. One of my faves. Just for Lennox, makes sense. Just showing him. But yeah, so we'll go for a couple different methods here. I want to test if this one still works. So give me a second. This is purely for experimentation's sake. Oh, that's right. They don't tier. They don't tier. I'm so used to like the Skyblock versions. Gosh dang it. I'll go with the diamond in case it doesn't work. Yeah, this used to... I made a diamond one too? Okay. If this works, then we're good. So let's, we just need a... storage component. Looks like you have 16K is able to auto craft, so we'll grab a 16 because we're not going for singularities. We're just going for paintballs. So we'll change this to paintball, add the storage component, and then the generator just needs, how do you, let me remember what it needs around it. So obsidian, wait, can these do infinite obsidian at that speed? There's no way. Hold on, guys. I just want to do a little bit of tests. Seer says it's not going to work. I just want to do a little bit of testing for some things here. Give me just a second. I need some buckets. I need some liquids. Or maybe he's talking to Lennox. Maybe he's not talking to me. Oh, they changed that? I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of liked the toggleable. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. We'll have to see. It says, prove me wrong though. It spits out one obsidian and consumes the lava. It very well could. I want to see if, what even was the recipe there? Use. Yeah, water, lava to cobble. And if you, it says if you put obsidian, I'm curious. I want to see. I mean, because obviously, for those who don't know, you can generate obsidian in functional storage now, completely free, albeit slowly, with the, oh gosh, rather than search the tabs, let me, I think it was right there, but it's easier for me if I do this. Come over here and obsidian generator upgrades. But we want to see what this does. That's two people saying it'll consume the lava. So it's probably not worth testing. If people are saying it's going to consume the lava, then I'm fairly confident it's going to consume the lava. But we'll try. Oh wait, so how do you put the obsidian in? Right? Because it says... Oh, you put it under? Here, I'm gonna do something really quick, guys. Give me a second. Yeah, I can see you guys saying obsidian under it. I just want to, I want to check something. So it looks like it might be a custom config. Yeah, I think the obsidian recipe is a custom config for all the mods 10 based on looking at the generators galore site. So we'd have to look at the config to understand everything it's meant to do and in what way. But I'm sure it will just consume this. Yep. So that's not what we're using this for. I want to see if it will do a auto output to a matter condenser, because these can reach like some pretty good speeds. Oh, but I need, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if it's stone, right? Underneath. I don't think it produces it slower. We'll just produce stone. It took the water? Did it take the water purely because of that block? Sorry, based on what I said, hey Buset, I may have misspoke. I was trying to say cobblegen galore. Cobblegen galore is what I was trying to say. And I looked at the Cobblegen galore website. Just barely. Or like the CurseForge page. And based on comments people have pasted, it looks like the Obsidian one is a custom config. And I just want to look at what the config is for what the Altamod team has done in the config. That's all I was trying to say. Okay, so now it won't consume anything. Pick rate wise, if diamond's 32, then this ain't gonna be worth it. I just wanted to test. Yeah, if that's 32, I don't think it's even worth making the netherite version for the matter balls. We'll do some of the like simple ways. Why don't I show you guys what I was talking about? Let's clean all this up. Come over here And we're going to need, so at applied IO, we need a MEIO port, which needs 2 ME drives, which needs a bunch of stuff. So let's make patterns. Okay, MEIO port pattern, done. ME drive pattern, done. Let's see if we have the materials here. Okay, and then we need a storage bus. Let's see if there's already a pattern. There is not. Go storage bus. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get all these patterns and things crafted, and then I'll read chat. Do that. Grab a storage bus, and then we need a infinite water cell. I shouldn't have typed that. I should just type cell. Oh. Because we already have, yep, we have patterns for that. We're going to say fluid substitutions enabled to make that easier. And we'll turn that off in case Seer doesn't want that on. Put that up there. And we should just need one of these. Beautiful. And last but not least, some quartz fiber. All right, so check this out. We're talking about speed, Hayabusa. We're talking about speed. Watch this. Now watch this speed. So no Zycraft extractor. At least, unless they've changed how it works. So there's a possibility they've made these upgradable. Will ever match the speed of this. And how lag friendly it is. Oh, did I not grab the MEIO port? There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's just I want to build it over here. So let's pull over. Or I guess I should quartz first. That's fine. We go MEIO port into, I guess this is one network. We could do our storage bus right here into our matter condenser, set to paintball. And then we just throw in our infinite water cell. Ha ha ha! I am speed. That's with no upgrades. This can be faster. Like, it's insane how fast this can get, but we don't really need the speed until we're going for singularities. This is already gonna be, this is fast enough for our paintballs. So we're good there. My question is, so I'm gonna let this freeze. I want to see, because the beauty is, because it's all AE2, it has AE2's built-in tick rate load balancing. So theoretically, once it settles, it should not cause lag. So let's check. So Dormac, we know the void cell is faster. The problem is the void cell causes lag when interacting with infinite cells. We're avoiding server lag. And yeah, we know the ports are faster, the extended version. But what I'm going to do, observable doesn't show AE2 lag. I apologize about that. It would be a Spark profile. I apologize. But yeah, so Donmac, that's why, because the void cell interacting with an infinite storage is lag, and that's what we want to avoid. All right, let's come over. Sorry, give me just a second, folks. Trying to set this up. Yep, there we go. Let's take a look here. We're going to come over to a Spark profile, and we're going to investigate our server thread. But one of my favorite ways to first do it is we're going to come to mods, and we're going to look at AE2 inside of the server thread, and particularly what we are looking for in terms of lag. I believe, and I could be wrong here, I believe the MEIO port is under or calls the network storage insert. Is that right? Yeah, we don't want to delegate. Let me think here. Biggest thing we can look at, so for those that are unfamiliar with Spark and how it works, we can look at our entire server thread for the server, and we'll know we're not lagging if we have a low MSPT and a high TPS. A lot of people freak out when they see 100% server thread that's supposed to be. There is a part of the thread called wait until next tick. And if you have that, you're phenomenal. Because as we can see here, we are 44% wait until next tick, which means 44% of our available server thread every tick isn't even utilized yet. We are only using 56% of our server thread with the current players online with what's currently running. This is very apparent in a heat map. I believe it is this button. There we go. And we can come over here. And as we can see, most of our current thread is wait until next tick. There's no major spikes for anything really with that system. So I believe AE2 load balanced it. The best way that we could actually look at the exact lag, how would I put it? The exact lag amount that little subnet is causing is we actually have to use the AE2 debugger. But to turn that on, it causes a lot of problems. So we're not going to mess with that. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So awesome. I'm happy we got that set up. So paintballs are now solid. We shouldn't have any issues getting them for trying to set up the matrices. Why don't we finish off today with making some patterns? We did not automate our inscribers yet because I want to do the circuit slicer. Let's make the pattern for the circuit slicer and see where we're at. Because all the huge systems we used to make, like in All the Mods 9, for crafting, like our one that did 1024 processors at once, are obsolete now with circuit slicers. It doesn't even matter. Oh my gosh, guys, look, we made the concurrent press for the slicer. I didn't know it could take the universal. Oh, I'm mad now. If it can take the universal, that's like our best bet, because then we don't need, because Skystill's pretty easy to make. That's funny though. I think I'm going to, just because I don't want to automate SkySteel right now, I want to just quickly make a single circuit slicer. We are going to, in fact, use this pattern. And I'm just going to duplicate all of our current patterns. Let's come over here. I know it is, so this is molecular assembler, and then our crystal assembler is where this pattern goes. And then we just need some iron blocks. Is it 5 or 6? I'm gonna grab 6. I think it's 5. Yeah, they're really powerful. For sure. Combination of circuit slicer and crystal assembler. It's too good. Oh. I thought the concurrent could be duplicated this way. Oh, it won't let you. Okay, well, we'll definitely be using the other method then, but let's double duplicate a, that was silicon, right? Yeah, we need to double on silicon. We got our base presses, our silicon. Then we just need 4 Entro, 3 iVendor. And again, this is not, we will probably use the Cube.js. Trying to move a little fast here. Pardon me, I'm pushing my my limits in terms of duration for streams and such. And I'm fighting the build up right now, and so I'm trying my best. Apologize if I'm a bit scatterbrained. Go iVendor Entro Silicon. That should give us a current press into the network. And with that, if we have enough engineering presses, gosh, I perfectly hit that every time I come through the window. If we have enough, we'll be able to make a circuit slicer. Oh, beautiful. There she blows. Guys, the circuit slicer. Check this out. Never seen it before. You take the blocks of the raw materials, and it gives you the printed silicon, the printed, in this case, quantum from advanced, or printed energy, printed engineering, printed concurrent. It makes them really fast. And then you can take these to a crystal assembler and pump out 4 at a time per job operation, which is just there is also the what is it? Oh, that's Create. I'm thinking of the Create add-on. That's not in this pack. Yeah, so that's going to be really nice to have. The biggest part is that using the assembler, we don't have to put in the little templates. So like if instead of doing 64 extended inscribers with 256 Cube.js universal presses, just use crystal assemblers. Yeah, that'll be fun to set up. I just have to, we're going to have to do some patterns put this in. But the question is whether we set this up here or if we set this up at the new base. We'll have to decide. I'm going to hold on to this for now. Actually, in case Seer gets bored for some reason and gets to it, I'll just put it in my chest down here. But the only other patterns I really wanted to get done, we won't make the matrix patterns right now. Let's instead improve on our 16K. Let's go from our 16 to 64. Our 64 up to our 256. Go ahead and throw those in here. And then, yeah, we just have to do the patterns for this, the processors. Now that we have the slicer and press. Yeah, everything's going to be good. So I think we'll call that there for today. For those that know about Matrix, I'm starting to lose vision in my left eye. So I think I'm going to call it here. Guys, I hope everyone has a wonderful day or night, wherever it may be in the world. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.